Wow. Wow, you've excelled yourself today on Excelsior. Jewel in denial. You're stuck in denial in your principalities. This is why I'm here to run this ship. Because I'm telling you now, your sponsorships and your memberships and your money ships of your Satanism, of occultisms, of you don't even believe in God. You've disrespected my father again on Friday. You haven't turned up here today. Nobody's physically come here today. This is not my people. God has come here today. I know exactly what's going on. God's all right. God's all right. God's turned up. Shoot. You... I've been to get some cash. Who nuts? Jewy Louie. Jews in denial. You Jew boys, I'm calling you what you are. Stealing of the jewels of the Nile. Running this country. Actually, it's a foreign affairs because this is the world. You're running the world on a lie. You will not speak another word until you speak the truth. On the word of God, you're not allowed to speak anymore unless you speak the truth. I'm sending the truth angels in. You're just going to come out with it. Speak the truth. How dare you get on the worldwide stage and say there's a lot of digital chatter, we're propagandaing and there's going to be trouble because the Jews think they're entitled, people. Are you ready for this one revelation? They're entitled. It's the most important march of my whole life. And I must have, my grandparents and we were in World War II and we had Nazism. You are the Nat. You're the Nat of the nits. See, make my head itch. You've got nits. People need to, just within the next 24 hours, do some research of actual... Okay, I'm going basic. I'm going basic because this is a very simple matter. I'm God's daughter. Comprende, understande. What I say goes at the minute. It does. You know it, I know it, and everyone knows it. And now you're trying to bring this onto me, for me and my people, the real God's people who believe in God, are going to cause trouble at your march when, would you like to tell the people, because World War II never ended, the Nazism of Satanism actually acted out and has been, what about my human rights? What about, you're going to use modern technology, what's it for, a eulogy? You're going to use modern technology the way you've always used it. Would you like to tell the people, your people, our people, the people of the world, what, sir, madams, you've been using your technology on to do to me? I'm an MK Ultra survivor. I think you better get up on the worldwide stage and explain what that is and what your people have done to me and my people. God's people. You're a cultist of an illusionist. Apparently in New York, the apple that they've bit all the knowledge with of the technology that they've stolen from my people. Stolen technology. Stolen power. Raptured and rape-seeded. Me personally. Where's my justice? Why am I still being targeted? Why am I still going through all of this stuff? And why am I having to heal by myself? And where's all my family and friends gone? Would you like to explain that to the people of New York? Why you need a march? Because you're entitled because your granddad went to war. Your granddad, what about the war we're in now? 32 years, this is my first day off and I've had to come back to service straight away because I serve my Lord and I will speak for my dad and I will not stand for a hypocrite on that worldwide stage anymore. Get that asshole off. Unless he's going to come up and speak some goddamn truth. Because I'm speaking for my father and my brothers who killed Jesus. And whose cash is that? How did you afford that, good fellas? Would you like to explain that to the people? I don't even know. I can't open my nuts. We're locked out because we're not allowed in the banks of the vaults because you're in denial. Denial. Thinking you have more power over than me. Really? Oh, so we're playing a game of challenge and chess again, are we? We're back to chess. See which way she moves first. Well, I'm telling you which way. No God person, if you've got any sense of any loyalty to our Father, the master creator of the maker of your makers. He's made everything down here. Everything belongs to my Father. You are entitled to nothing. So what I would like to say is, not one God person. If you believe in God, don't go to that march. Keep away, people. Don't give them any fuel, because that's what they're trying to do. We did this in the 80s. This isn't new. You're demanding a march that you're entitled to because it's the most important march of your life, because you're going to march yourself right in the Orange County. This is pre-warning. You're marching your way right into your own cell. Stealing from the people, the 1% club of who? Would you like to name the names of the billionaires? You're really going against my father again. It's not about me. This has never been about me. Wow. Hypocritical, disrespectful liars. Treason at its best. Oh, they've got so much knowledge, these Jew boys. I'm calling you Jew boys today. And is whatever's going on anywhere in the globe, which my father owns the world, we are the new management. We are the Justice Department for the real law of law, because of La La Land, because you have been running La La Land. Tell them about Disneyland. Do you want to? Do you want to tell them what goes on in New York in the streets? About the set-up houses and the set stage up that you've got going on? Would you like to tell them what happened on the 6th of May, that your occultism, Jews, I know you're behind it, religious men, who are not religious, because I was speaking to the Mason boys. I was live on the feed, it's recorded on my AI. I had a full conversation with them. Yeah, I did. They don't believe in love. That's what he said to me. Would you like me to dig it up on my AI? Really? So everybody in the world, take note. This is how they operate, the devil. They're trying to make out, oh, we just want a peaceful march. But apparently us propaganda are landing and doing all sorts of things. The vigilantes, we're not like that anymore. We're not doing that. We're not fighting. You're fighting with yourself. So if there's any set-up fights and actors there causing trouble, it's a lie. Because none of my God's people are going to turn up. Because I've said it is, so it is. They'll hear this and they'll know. I don't even have to do it. It'll be sent through the ethos. You don't know if you've got a signal. You haven't got a signal. You haven't got a signal. No, you haven't, sir. This is Star Wars. You're in denial with the Scorpion King down under, worshipping, and I'm sorry, I'm going to say this on the world stage, you're sleeping with pigs. Literally having sex with a pig, tied and bound, trying to gag and bound and shut me up so I don't speak truth about the MK Ultra program that you're programming the whole world with, and shooting laser beams through the window and airwaves through the phones and all chipped and pinned, and we're all, and I'm sorry, your identification, because you're a New Yorker Jewer, Jewy Louie Hooey and Booey, Fooey Booey Boo you. Who are you? I can't even, wow. And they're preaching the word and using I'm just calling him my father from now on. My dad, my father, but I'm speaking for we the people, and the bin men want a word with you. You're using my father's name for a march after you killed his son 2,500 years ago, and you've never stopped killing since. And you put nails in his hands and then rub salt in his wounds, and then you put him on a cross in a temple of Satanism, and you're brainwashing the people to feel guilty about heaven and hell, and you've caused all this trouble. But you're entitled to a march. What am I entitled to? Am I entitled to anything? I've just spent my last £2. I've got no money, and I had to get that off somebody else, because the Jews of the 1% rich boys club, who don't like a woman who's got any in charge, because you're all Nazis, starts in Normandy. What's the Normans doing? Is the Normandy still there? Germany's still going on. You've still got your Polish people trying to kill me in a set-up house called Self. And now I'm in a set-up house here with the Muslims. This is I'm sorry, but I'm not doing your religious bull market of the stock markets of selling of human souls. Is this a problem for you that we don't respect you? You're not getting respected because you're sleeping with pigs. Animal Farm crossing. And you're summoning demons, opening concerns of portals, and brainwashing humanity and stealing taxes like fat cats at the top of the tree, thinking you own everything and disrespecting the word of God. When we're prophets and you know everything I'm saying is coming true, nobody will turn up to that march if you've got any sense of godliness in you at all. God doesn't want you to protest. God doesn't want war. God doesn't want you to kill anyone in the name of Allah, Buddha, Trada, Tada, Lada, Wada, Fata, Mary Poppins, or goddamn Moonface. Nobody wants death. My father doesn't want any of that. We're not here to cause trouble, yet you're trying to make me I'm apparently a pimp, a prostitute. I'm the biggest drug lord in the city. I've murdered people. My blood's at crime scenes. I wasn't even there. They've stolen samples of my blood out of the bin when I've had a menstrual cycle, actually. That's how sick they are. They're rummaging through the bins, getting menstrual cycle blood, so they can harvest off my DNA, and I've got children all over the world. I don't even know how many children I've got with my DNA. They've stolen my DNA because they're jealous, these Jews and these 1% boys, because they're not going to heaven. They've signed a contract with Satan and they're staying bound to earth, and that's where they're going to suffer. You're going to be stripped title of all your titles. You're going to lose all your jewels of your Niles, of the denial that you're denying everybody else for and telling the truth. And you're going to sit on the naughty step. You're not entitled to a march. They used to do this in... I'm from the UK, I'm not from the US, but I'm dealing with foreign affairs at the minute. There's a big foreign affair at the minute going on. Thinking you're all entitled to your land and this land and that land, and I'm him and I'm him, and yet I'm sorry, you can't even respect yourself. So you're not getting any of us. You can't even put your rubbish in the bin. And then when we put the rubbish in the bin, you steal it out of the bin. You're like skip rats. You skip rats. You're going back down the crack where you came from, the pond life. You're not welcome in the ocean. You're going to get eaten by a shark because you're an emo. I mean, 12:12 on the clock. This is the ultimate disrespect I've ever known in my life by people who say they're religious and faithful. I've never in my life known how bad this can be. I mean, it's bad for me because I've just always been, I'm one of the most terrorist attacked person. I've been attacked by the terrorists. Do you know who the terrorists are? The government. I know there's good and bad in that. You will not hand over what's mine and my people's. We the people who've stolen the commonwealth of the common people. And now you're telling us you're allowed a march because you're entitled to, when you know all this is going on and you know how emotional it is. And it's just a lot of noise on the internet. Noise? You don't believe in God, so you don't realise any of them storms are sent by my father. Prophecy. This was written 26,000 years ago in America, that when you came, Christopher, this isn't a colour thing, I'm a humanitarianist. So Christopher went from Europe and found America, and you did this then, killed all of the people who were living in America, and you became the United States of America because you own America and you helped set up New York, gangs of New York. Do you know what the history is there? You don't own New York. You've never had New York. It's not yours to own. Get out the buildings, get them out of the situation, remove them all. And as for the mayor of New York and the president, he can't even stand up properly. His face masks fell off. His face is literally going to melt in front of you because he's a clone. You don't want the people to know that. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I didn't want to be raped, but there you go. I have been for 46 years. My life's a lie. You can tell the people who I am if you want. Would you like to do that? Stand up and tell the truth? Do you think are you capable of telling the truth? You can't even lie straight in bed. And you're sleeping with boys, men, having gangbang parties and doing all sorts of wibbly stuff. And then you got your wife and 2 children during the day, being God's people during the day, but you're devils by night. I know what you did last night. I know what you did on October the 6th to me, because I've gone through October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 8 months in an 8 year. It's over. You were told, you were warned, you're not listening. Because you're hypocritical and your pride. Your pride of being a Jew. You're proud of being a Jew. Ah, I tell you what pride gets you. I tell you what it gets you. The fall. The pride comes before the fall. And that's a humanitarian statement. For we the people stand for the people. Now we know what you've been doing to the people because we're victims. survivors who had to turn into warriors because you need someone to come and run this dictatorship because you're killing the people. Literally killing and eating. Cannibalism. And poisoning the water, poisoning the food. I could go on all day. I can have a whole press conference for I could go on for a week. Where would you like me to start? With what? The Jews, the Catholicism, Muslims, all of these religions of man-made religion bull markets in the stock market of Wall Street. Having bets on how I'm going to die. Do you know what the Jews planned for me? I'll tell you what they wanted. They put an order in and they had bets on watching laughing through the eye. And they've been laughing because they want me tied up, a woman like me, they want me tied up with 10 of the top people to basically ARPED me on a radiator, tied like a pig, because I can't get that. The devil's got them so messed up that they're actually sleeping with a wild farm animal of an actual pig. I bet it's all recorded on the AI. I'm not making this up. I don't lie. Why would I lie about something like that? Do you know how sick it is? I don't even want to say these things out loud because I'm trying to heal from these things and get over this thing of the devil's dig ships. They have no godly bone in their body. They're nobody. If you think, oh, I don't think I'm entitled to anything. It's very disrespectful to think you're entitled to something. You've got to wait until you've been honoured. I got honoured yesterday. I've been crowned. So now I'm allowed to crown, which means ruling. And I'm putting a rule in that you don't speak again until you start to speak the truth. Don't get on that stage. No more press conferences until they can speak the truth. I've had enough. You're not blaming my people for any trouble that comes to that march on Sunday. Apparently there's a march on because you're entitled. I'm entitled to the truth and some justice for being MK Ultra, stolen as a child, lied to. My whole family have been attacked by your chemical spiritual war. World War II never ended. You just changed tactics, Nazis. And you've been chemically and medically, pharmaceutically, brainwashing and physically experimenting on we the people all this time, and they don't even know. But you're entitled to a march because you're proud. You are proud. You're going to fall right on your face, flat on your face, because pridefulness comes before a fall. A great big one from the height of where you're standing, sir. I warned you. You've been warned. God doesn't mess. You don't believe in God, so you don't think it's going to happen. Well, just sit back and watch. My father never lets me down. He's been a day with me all day today. I know exactly what time it is, Mr. Wolf. The woodsman. Grass cutter. So I think maybe what you should do, instead of marching around the town parading yourself like big fat swines with a bank account of Jewel of the Niles in denial, maybe you should sit down and just look in the mirror and actually admit what you've done to the innocent people from all around the world. This is a worldwide foreign affair. We have a humanitarian crisis down here. And me and my people need to come and say something at 18:30 on the clock. Because this has gone on for way too long. And I'm sorry, but we the people will not be causing any trouble at your march that you're entitled to. We don't even want to be there. We don't want to sit with Satan, thanks. That's your bag. You can go and enjoy yourself in your lodge meeting, because you'll be having one of them tomorrow. They always have a meeting on a Saturday. They all meet at the boys' club. We've got the cricket on. Crickets are everywhere. Might be a plague of crickets. I think that's prophesied. I think there was 10 things happened, wasn't there, in Egypt? You're doing black magic and opening up portals of wormholes to get me and my people killed, and you're wanting me bound up like a pig so you can have sex with me and then slash my neck, kill me, and eat my brain and eat my flesh. That's the government for you, with the pharmaceutical companies of the experiment, of the great experiment, of the great illusion. And now we're the Great Awakening. Sorry about that. But Friday, God said he would be good to me, and he's been good. And I've got cash, thanks. I've got cash Jew nuts. I got the Jews by the nuts, kids. Don't worry about it. Cat's here, never fear. I'll stand up for my dad and actually speak the word of God, because I'm a prophet that you want to be, and you're not allowed to be, because you're locked out of heaven. That's why they're so angry with me, because they know where they're going, because they've signed agreements in the ethos. Ask them what you tell the people what you did to me on the 6th and what ceremonies you did. Remember the 5th of November? What did you do then to me? Why have I been in a crack house with a load of heroin addicts, and why did 9 people die in the hostel that I was living in 4 months? Where do these people go? What are you doing with my ID? I'm the kid. Billy, the kid. Bill, why? There's no why about it. You're going to pay your bill. Jews and everybody of the land, and give the land back to the people. Okay. So I'm the voice of reason. We will not be attacking anybody. We're not at war. We're just raw. Raw speaking. Sword of truth. Killer kindness. Badge of honour. And a weapon of a tongue. And now you've just damned yourself deeper into the void of your concern. You marked us and put us in a cattle market, and you've harvested us and put me in a white picket fence house in front of everybody, paraded me about and humiliated me for 46 years. Test number 1, humiliation. Dueling, denial, stealing of people. 22, 21, 21. So I think you all want to go and put that in your pipe tonight and smoke it, big man, and get your cigars out, because you ain't got no power over me. Not over me. And my word goes, and you know it does, because you're scared. Because you're like, oh my God, everything she says is coming true. Yeah. Because I actually have an aerial connection. We've got a signal, thank you very much. The signal's very good. I don't even need a mobile phone. I've disconnected to reconnect. And now we'll deconstruct to reconstruct. The whole system's crashed, burnt down, gone. Your system is crumbling from the inside out, because that's your cell of yourself. It's all about you. Done this to yourself with the word of God that you're preaching about how great it is. All in the name of God, because you're entitled to, because that's your identification of being a Nazi. A gnat of a nit attacking me, the innocent one of God's daughter, sent from above with a love dove to love you all and say, hey, don't go that way, come this way with me, because God is real, and you see my Father now for real, because God never lies to me or lets me down, ever. And he promised me in 1994, and every day is getting better and better. So I'll leave that with you at 23 minutes on the clock. Bad move. Cash. Nuts. Jobs. Crushed. Jews. Diamonds. Balls. Denial. You're in denial, son. Madame. Enjoy yourself. I hope the judge enjoys himself tonight, and enjoy the meeting tomorrow, Lodge boys, and enjoy, because it'll be your last meeting you have at that frog pond. Goodbye.